Now, the images coming into our homes each night are simply horrific. And as a parent, we really know how difficult it can be to shield your kids from the TV.
Yeah, in fact, already some schools we know have advised parents to keep tabs on what their kids are seeing on social media and the internet. As parents, we know that's hard to do. But if these images reach them, you might be going, how do I tell them to cope with this? How do we all cope with this, really, at the end of the day? They're hard to watch.
Yeah, they really are. And some schools have gone as far as telling parents to shut their kids down from social media altogether. We are all shocked by what we're seeing, and it's important for parents to remember that their kids are watching how they react. Now, according to UNICEF, if your kids ask questions, answer them using age-appropriate language. Pay attention to their reactions and their anxiety level. It's always important to reassure kids that they are safe and point out the good guys, the people who are working to stop the conflict and find peace. Just don't minimize their feelings.
They have someone that they know that they can talk to that will validate what they're thinking, what they're feeling, that will give them accurate information. That again, that is just such a valuable resource for our kids.
And you know what? It is okay not to have the answer for every question. Tell them you need to look it up. Or if you have older kids, use it as an opportunity to search for answers with them. Just make sure you're getting those answers and information from accurate and reputable sources.
Come on, we're talking about the images, but we also know that there's so much hate speech out there, so much going around. How do you protect your kids from something like that?
Yeah, I wish it was so easy.
I know.
There's so much of that. Well, according to UNICEF, this is a time to teach compassion and empathy. Avoid labels like bad people or evil people, but depending on their age, keep the information factual. There is tragedy on every side of every conflict, but I also think it's important to let kids know the truth of this, depending on their age, that this was a terrorist attack.
Sure.
I think that's very important to let them know that this is not something that everybody is doing at this point.
Yeah, and it's so important what you said about pointing out, listen, it's not that the Palestinians are bad. It's not that Hamas is a terrorist group. They are responsible for this. Both of these areas are in horrible grief and horrible danger as well. And it's just important to make sure that they understand all of that and know that, they are safe. I mean, that's what kids need. They need that structure to feel like
that's
they're safe.
That's exactly what they need, is to know that they are safe. And I think, addressing the hate speech is important too, but again, it has to go age appropriately. And also you need to pay attention if your kid is dealing with any bullying regarding these issues or being the bully. And then address that issue as well.
There's so many layers to this. There's so much here, especially when it comes to our kids. All right, thank you so much, Mon.
Thanks, Mon.